Hi, I miss you guys. And now we're starting a 5-week break. It's going to be awesome. You guys are going to have so much fun. Here's a craft for you to make during the holidays. It is a Christmas tree whirligig. The supplies you need are a paper plate, a paintbrush, green paint, assorted colors of paper. You can use cardstock, copy paper, scrapbook paper, construction paper, or even white paper that you color. A pencil, scissors, glue stick, hole punch, string or yarn, a stapler, and a glass or something that you can use to trace circles with. The first thing we're going to do is paint our paper plate. We're going to paint both sides, so paint all the way to the edges. Make sure you have something underneath to protect the table and your pieces of paper out of the way. And once you have that whole side painted, we're going to set it aside and start working on our ornaments. So you need your paper and then your glass or whatever you're going to use to trace circles. I'm going around the bottom and then I'm going to cut it out. And you're going to make about 9 to 11 of these. However many you want to make. Once you have it cut out, you are going to put a hole in it with the hole punch. And you're going to do that with all of your ornaments. Now remember, if you don't have colored paper, that's okay. You can use white paper. I went ahead and traced circles. And you can use a crayon to color it. You can color it solid. Or you can also use markers. You can do polka dots. You can do lines. I've lost my marker. There it is. Now to make the ornament look round, you want to use a curved line. Start at the edge and go to the other edge. Make them curved, and that will make the ornament look round. Now, if you want to get really fancy, you can use glitter glue. You know, glitter glue in the tubes is fun. And you can also use glitter. So when you're using glitter, it's best to use a liquid glue instead of a glue stick. So you have to let it dry really well. Shake it off in the trash or on a paper plate or something. And then it's ready to go. Plate is dry, so now I'm going to paint the other side. Just put some paint on it and paint that really well all the way to the edges. Now if you get paint on the table as you do this, I'm going to set that aside and we're going to pretend I finished that. You can just wipe it off with a paper towel. So now back to the ornaments while that's drying. Get all your ornaments ready. Punch the holes. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. You might need a little help with that if you're younger. There we go. Now our plate is dry, so we're going to cut it. Now there's two ways to cut it. if you cut it with thicker lines, your whirligig's gonna be a little shorter. Or you can cut it with thinner lines. See how my, let me move that out of the way. See how my cut lines are closer together? And this makes a really long whirligig. If you do a really long one, you might need more ornaments. Okay, so you're gonna start cutting. I'm gonna do this one a little bit thicker. So I'm gonna go around. Whoop. Turning it as I cut. When I get close to where I started cutting, I'm gonna go in a little bit. Turn my paper plate. It is turning into a Christmas tree. Round and around. Oh, and I'm done. Okay, so now my paper plate is cut. What I'm gonna do next is get some string. Now it's better to use thinner string. So for this one, you want kind of a long string. It's gonna start at the top of the whirligig. So you're gonna tie a little knot. Whoop. And you might need help with that if you're younger. And then you're gonna staple it to the top of the tree. Or you can use tape, but staplers are fun, but you gotta keep your fingers out of the way. Okay, so there's our string attached to the top. Now we're gonna punch holes so we can hang our ornaments. So we're gonna do about 9 to 11 if it's a shorter tree. 1. Go around 2, 3, and you just keep going around. Make them a few inches apart. And then when you're done with that, you're gonna hang the ornaments. So you'll need string. And I cut the string about 10 inches, 9 to 10 inches. So once you have one measured out, you can use it to cut the others the same length. Oh, I forgot our star. We're gonna do our star before we hang our ornaments. So you will need a piece of yellow paper or whatever color you want to use for your star. And you're gonna, oop, that one's written on. Let me find another one. You're gonna fold it in half. And then you're going to draw a star. So remember, a star has 5 points. And you start with almost a triangle. So I did 2 sides of the triangle, but I'm not going to do the bottom part. Then I'm going to do another one on this side, and another one on this side, and then 2 at the bottom. So you should have 5 points, kind of a head, 2 arms, and 2 legs. And now we're going to cut it out. Through the 2, you're going to cut the 2 pieces together so that when you're done, you will have 2 stars that are the same shape. So they'll fit together just right. So once you're done cutting out the star, you need a glue stick. So you're going to put glue on one side of it. And try to get to the edges. And you're going to put it on the string, kind of close to the top of the tree. You see what I'm doing? I'll put it right there at the top. I'm going to add a little bit of glue on top of my string just to help it stay better. And then on my other, I want to make sure I match it up right. Okay, so I'm going to put glue on this side too. Match up the corners and press it really well together. Now we're going to start attaching our ornaments. So, take one of your strings and you're going to match up the two ends together. When you have those together, you're going to stick them through the hole of the ornament and pull it halfway through both of the strings together. And then you're going to stick them through the loop on the other side. Make sure you keep those ends matched together. And then you just tighten it. It makes that nice little tie on there. Then you're going to start at the outside of the tree and stick one string up through the hole. And then you're going to match up the ends and then tie those together. You wrap it around your finger and just tie it in a little knot. And you might need to ask help for this if you're young. And sometimes if you're older too. I might need a little help. There we go. There's our first ornament. So now we're going to do another one. Remember to match up the ends, then stick them through the hole of the ornament, back through the loop, pull it tight, then stick one string up through the hole on the Christmas tree, match up your ends again, wrap them around one of your fingers, and stick it up through there to tighten it. Whoop. And there's your knot. So I just tied my very last ornament on my Christmas tree whirligig. And when you're done, you can hang it up somewhere and your whirligig will look like this.